What's up, guys? Little Red Garage, welcome back. I want to do a quick update on the Warlock, show you what I'm working on today. I'm going to be relocating the battery back of the truck. The battery factory would kind of hang up here on the core support right in front of the front wheel here. You can see you got, that's the driver's side, you got the driver, and you got 20-gallon gas tank all sitting here on one side. So I want to take some of that weight and put it back here over the back tire, over the right rear tire. So what I got, nice Optima battery here, and this relocation bracket. I ended up getting this from Summit. It's $39 plus shipping. Pretty good deal. I usually like to go from Jegs, but this was a similar bracket, but this was powder coated for the same price, so I ended up going with this one. So what we're gonna do, I got these holes all drilled out. I did this the other night, so it's gonna fit up under here. So I'm gonna work on getting that mounted. I got some cables for it, and a few other things I'm working on here. I got the bed all put together. All the wood, all the strips are in, everything's bolted together. It's just about ready to set on. I'm just going to work on a few things while the bed's off, so it's easy to get at. See, I got the fuel filler hose all mocked up. New fuel filler here. I got them measured out and set in there nice, so that when I put the bed on, this will all pop in there nice. And a few other little things here. I got some brand new tail lights. Got the tail light brackets all restored. I had to do a light restoration on these little side lights. I want to repaint the silver on here. These guys look up in here. Marker light. It's different from Little Red, which is a 79. 78s had the markers here. 79s had the marker on the side of the tail light. So these are slightly different than Little Red. I got some new tailgate chains to go on eventually, and I installed riv nuts on the side of the bed here for the stack brackets. You can see these are gonna bolt in there real nice. It's all from the factory. Like Little Red had nuts welded to the back side of this. I ended up putting a new bedside on Little Red. It was a NOS bedside, and it didn't have those nuts in there. And I remember, this was about 20 something years ago, putting that truck together, trying to get those bolts bolted in, the nuts on the back was a real pain. So wish I had thought about that 20 years ago. So this should make this a lot nicer install. What else do I got? I got a nice deep transmission pan, extra 2-quart capacity. A little pretty chrome jobber there. And a new diff cover. I'm going to be pulling the diff on 75 140 with limited slip additive. Pulling the diff cover off. I'm going to see what's under there. Find out what gears are in there. I was told that when I bought the truck, there were 456 gears with sure grip. It's definitely a sure grip, and I did a little measuring. You know, you spin the wheel, measure the rotations of the drive shaft, and I came out to more like a 410, 11. So I want to see if there's any markings on the gears. I want to change the fluid, so I figured I'd throw a little chrome diff cover on there, just for kind of nostalgia, 70s kind of look like I'm going for. Chrome Craggers, and just to kind of fit the look of the truck. So we'll get into that. We'll see how far we get today. So enjoy the video. Alright, here's how we made out with the battery install. And they're pretty nice. We got 6 solid points here. It's bolted down. Oh, I didn't give it the test. They ain't going nowhere. Got the cables routed. Got the ground coming over here. Grounded real nice right to the frame. So we gotta give a little shout out here to the Chassis Saver paint. Tried to take a wire wheel to this, clean up against a bare metal spot, and just laughed at me. I had to go and get air tools out, a little angle grinder, clean me off a spot so I had some nice metal to ground to. Positive cable, got nice right to the frame with these nice clips all the way down. Eventually there's a cross member that comes right across here, a bed cross member, which I'm going to tie into, so this isn't flopping around here. It should tie in there real nice. Follows the frame right down. It's going to come out right here. We got a nice sheath around it where it touches the frame there, and it's going to mount up here on the wheel well, inner fender. As you can see, here's the wire going to the starter, and here's the original starter relay, mounts to the inner fender here. You can see the original battery cable would have sat right up here, went down the fender well here, and so this should be right in the right spot. Got a brand new starter relay, no power. Yeah, eventually I'm gonna have to get into this rat's nest here and start sorting through some of the wiring and cleaning it up. And but we got power up here now. That's a start. I haven't had power ever to this truck, so should be interesting. But I've had the dash all apart. Everything looked good under there. The wiring to the amp gauge, I know would be an issue, but it looked really good. There was no signs of it melting or shorting, so I'm keeping it all original. I made sure everything's all tight. We got the stack brackets all mounted up here. Came out pretty nice. A little dark. So yeah, that's how that turned out. I think we'll see what's next here. I might open up this diff. Might be the next project here. So. Alright guys, let's see if we can find out what's behind this differential cover. As far as I know, I think it's been about 40 years since this has been open. I know that when I bought the truck, it had similar size rear tires to what it has on it now, 31-inch tires. So he would have, and they were date coded 1977 and 1978. This truck's a 78, so they were put on when this truck was almost brand new. So if he was going to switch to a bigger gear, he probably did it right away when the truck was almost new. So I don't think this thing's been open since then. Let's find out. The bolts are coming out nice. That's a good sign. Do have all new chrome bolts and a chrome diff cover. These bolts are in nice shape though. Let's see if maybe I'll reuse these. These are definitely a lot shorter than the ones that came in with the diff cover. I'll leave this top one on. Let's see if I can crack this guy open. Oh, I could smell the fluid. Need a little more persuasion. There we go. Oh wow. Actually, it looks pretty clean. Looks really clean. It's a good sign. This last one out. It's hanging on the brake line here. Alright, see if we can see what's going on here. Definitely got a Richmond gear set. I might have to spin it, see if there's any other numbers on it. It looks really good though, man. Those look real nice. Really nice. That's good to see. Definitely kind of limited slip, sure grip going on there. Nice. I did get some, all the fluid I got actually has limited slip additive in it. I'll run it that way, and if they're chattering, I'll end up adding some extra additive to it. But so far, this looks really good, guys. I'm very happy with this. Let me let this drain for a minute, and I'll actually get it up in the air and see if we can spin it and see if there's any other numbers on here that they'll tell us what the gearing is. But it's obviously been changed from stock, so nice. So I found these numbers inscribed on here. What I'm guessing this is a backlash. I don't know what the 157 means. I'm guessing this was the backlash. I didn't see any other numbers on it other than these ones when I first opened it up here. I didn't see anything that jumped out at me as far as 456 or 410. There's no way it's a 290 gear, so or even a 382. I'd be really surprised. It doesn't even. I've never even heard of that. So I'm gonna look up research quick and see if there's a way to like count the teeth, and maybe I can determine something that way. Alright, so I figured it out. Took a little House of Color pinstriping enamel, put a dot on the ring gear, and I put a dot in there on the pinion. So you count the number of teeth on the pinion, count the number of teeth on the ring gear, divide them, gives you your gear ratio. So we have a 10 tooth pinion and a 41 tooth ring gear, 410 gears. So my calculations, spinning the tire, counting the drive shaft, was pretty spot on. So there you go. I was surprised there wasn't any of these numbers didn't correspond to gear ratio. But there you have it, 410 gears. Definitely a sure grip. If I can get back far enough here, you can see the tires spin the same way. So I'm gonna get this all cleaned up here and get the new cover back on, fill it with some fluid, and we'll catch back up. So of course these chrome bolts that came with the kit were way too long, as I suspected. I tried to run them into the rear end and they bottomed out. I tried it with the cover on, and there was a lot of play there, way more than the gasket's going to take up. So I took all the old bolts over the wire wheel, and I'm going to put a little coat of silver on them quick, and we'll get back to it. Well, that's where I'm going to leave this one. I put a nice bead black RTV on the diff cover. I got to put on there, just kind of finger tight. I'm going to let that dry for 24 hours and fill it full of fluid. A little sealant on that. Got a nice little drain plug there now. And we got a chrome diff cover. So hopefully we got no leaks. Appreciate you guys watching. And until next time, take it easy.